Welcome to the Creators Table, a new segment here on the Keeper's Corner channel. This is where I sit down with other indie creators and shine a light on what they're working on. My guest today is Will from WMT Media. He's an indie animator creating his own original projects. If you enjoy the episode, feel free to subscribe. All right, let's get into it.
My name is Will Thibodeau, and I'm the creator of WMT Media, which is my little animation slash a film company, which has continued to go strong for over 6 years.
Amazing.
I've spent a long time making cartoons and artwork, and for the pleasure of others, but also for the pleasure of myself. And my start, pretty much, like how I got started, pretty much was originally I got my start when I was around 7 years old. I was always coming up with the weirdest of doodles and filling them notebooks with said doodles. One of those characters that birthed out of my mind was Axel, right here.
Whoa, cool. Check it out. Wow,
Yeah,
you got a
yeah.
little ball. That's really cool.
Yeah, I created him back in 2010. And at first he was a sketch, but little did I know something grand was on the horizon.
Wow.
Which leads up to my journey into animation.
Okay.
It all started during my sophomore year of high school when my TV production teacher introduced me to Toon Boom Storyboard Pro. And before that, I honestly felt like my artistic abilities weren't really going anywhere. And I was super close to quitting and moving on to something else. But after trying animation, everything clicked. My teacher and classmates were like really enjoyed everything that I created that fateful day, which gave me confidence to keep going, which eventually motivated me to form WMT Media in 2020.
So WMT Media, you've had your YouTube channel since 2010, right? Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And WMT Media, your own production company, you started in 2020, so during COVID.
Yeah, before that, it was something else, It was just a little fun channel that I used to make skit videos that I made, that I was really inspired by YouTubers I watched at the time. Yeah, it wasn't animation though. It was little live action sketches with toys and action figures and stuff like
Gotcha.
that. Pretty amateur stuff.
Can I ask you, how long did it take you to learn software like Toon Boom? It takes a long time to.
Surprisingly, when the teacher showed us the program itself, I actually picked up on it pretty quickly because all it really was just you draw something, the next panel, next frame, next frame, next frame, like that. It was actually pretty easy.
But you're obviously you can draw, right? I mean, you're obviously an artist that knows how to draw and how to sketch and put your ideas down onto paper.
Yeah. I mean, I got the glove, so
oh wow,
yeah.
Wow. So that's for pencil, charcoal.
Yeah. Not just charcoal, but digital art too.
Really interesting.
Yeah, I draw on my iPad.
Oh wow. Okay, cool. So what inspired you to make Axel? How did that come about?
Oh, Axel? I don't know. I just really liked how he turned out, and I just really liked I don't know. I'm always been a big fan of squares though, but I think what really started this whole epoch was I created a Roblox account when I was 7, and my avatar literally looked like this.
Okay.
And I just thought, this was pretty cool. And so as the years progressed, I just made a more and more original, less Roblox if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, yeah, that's pretty much how I got the idea for Axel.
Wow. So Axel is obviously your main pride and joy. He's one of your main characters that you've created.
Yeah, he serves as the mascot of WMT Media, and he's also the main character of my series Axel and Company, which is my bread and butter, my flagship series, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's an animated comedy slice of life series that is about Axel, of course, who moves to the small yet chaotic and quirky town of Sour Poppy, where even though an ordinary day can warp into a ridiculous adventure with oftentimes relatable situations. And with a stacked lineup of colorful characters in a world that's uniquely my own, at its core, it's about having fun, making friends that you can grow attached to and have a quick laugh at the end. All that.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's the goal for Axel and Company?
Yeah. My long-term goal for it is to like better improve the quality for it and, make the animation very like smooth and I guess overall just I don't know, have funnier jokes that like, don't go on forever, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like yeah, it doesn't have to be like Studio Ghibli level like beautiful, but it can be like something a lot more like writing wise. Like my long-term goal for not just Axel Company, but WMT Media as a whole is to like better improve the quality of my art and animation, as well as making WMT Media into a full-fledged independent film and television studio that creates products using various different mediums while keeping it authentic artistically.
Wow. Are you at the moment like a one-man crew? Are you doing everything yourself in terms of like all your animation, your sound, your music, your production, everything that goes on?
Yeah, I am. I'm a one man show. I mean, I do have people helping me every now and then, like voice actors and people that do like music work.
Hmm.
Everything else, like animation, I just do it myself.
Wow. For people that don't know how indie animation works, and you've obviously been in it for a while, let's say you want to put together a 12-minute episode of Axel and Company, right? And
Hmm.
like, what's the actual process step by step from your mind onto the screen until you're happy with like a finished product?
That is a really good question. I would, have the storyboards plan out, have the script written down, get the voice actors, get the people that do the music, and then go to work on the animation itself, pretty much. And, since you're going off storyboards, you got to make the animation itself align with them.
But for people that don't know what a storyboard is, could you elaborate on what that is?
Okay. Well, storyboards are little like cheat sheets for the animators. It gives them a little thing to go off of while they do the animation work and it makes sure production sails smoothly 100%.
So what would happen like first, like step one? Would there be a script or would you just have an idea in mind and start sketching and then move on to a storyboard? Or does the storyboard happen from a script? Does the script come first? Like what's your
The script does come
process?
first. The
Okay.
script does come first.
And then once you have a fully fledged script meaning like all the dialogue, the director's notes or stuff like that? Or is it just dialogue? Is it just conversation between your characters? Or is it like camera angles, describing what's in each scene? What would you put
It's
into a script?
Well, I usually just put like character dialogue. Usually I save the whole like camera angle stuff for like the actual storyboards, if
Okay.
that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then once you got your storyboard down, your script is done, your storyboard is done, then you get to work on the actual heavy loaded
Oh yeah.
part, the animated part.
Mhm.
Is that the longest part of the whole process?
I would say so, honestly.
Yeah.
Cuz like you're like drawing a ton of like pictures like moving at once.
Yeah.
It's a very long like tedious process. But I
Yeah.
mean that in the best way possible.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. There's a ton of people who always question, and I know I did as well before jumping into this realm of indie creators. Why does it take so long to get an animated series up of an episode, one of your favorite episodes, why does it take so long? And I'm only learning now, it takes a very long time for the animators to do their work. And it should take a long time because there's a lot of work to it. There's a lot of sketching, there's a lot of drawing, there's a lot of software usage. And yeah, the whole process could be quite epic, but heavy.
Yeah, epic, and that would be the best word to describe it.
Do you have any episodes of Axel and Company on your YouTube channel?
They're not like listed like as like episode, like episode 1, episode 2. They're just listed as like Axel and Company shorts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. What is your favorite animated series, if you had to pick one or a few?
Like on TV or on the internet?
So that's another topic, right? Let's go like mainstream, something that's on TV at the moment or has been in the past.
Oh man, so many greats. But if I were to pick, my favorite cartoon of all time is Homestar Runner, and that's one of the cartoons that like inspired me to like become an animator.
What is it about the whole indie creator space versus the mainstream space? Because there's a lot of people that are thinking this is the time for indie animation coming up now, right? Because we saw like Vivzy Pop and Gooseworks and a lot of these online animations that became sort of mainstream because they gained so much popularity.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that there is a time now for indie animators to not take over, but at least come up easier than in the past compared to mainstream stuff?
I believe so because history has like repeated itself like graciously because like back in the 70s there were a lot of like independent films that were like taken off, and a bunch of like big name studios weren't like willing to fund them and all. And I think the same can also apply for animation. I mean, indie animation has always been a thing since the very beginning. um and I want to like attribute Fritz the Cat for attributing to modern like adult animation. Not like anything too graphic, but like I'm just saying like for the landscape of indie animation, I would like resort to Fritz the Cat as like the catalyst for everything.
What has been the hardest part for you so far up until this point? Delving
The
into
hardest part,
yeah, the most difficult part of this whole journey.
my biggest challenge would have to be the fact that animation, especially if it's coming out of one person, like we just talked about, takes a lot of time and patience to a degree. And also coming up with something original when everything nowadays in the industry is just reheated leftovers.
Very true. More difficult to be creative, especially from the mainstream side, right? Because everything just feels recycled and recycled and recycled.
Yeah, the reason why there's so many like reboots, remakes, and revivals of certain properties is because I want to just say like Gen Alpha is just pretty much like playing catch up with past generations. And people like me really want to try and, step away from, telling the same story over and over again. And we just want to like do something new for once. And that's honestly kind of why shows like Has Been Hotel and The Amazing Digital Circus have taken off, because it's not the fact that, they're from the internet, although that's true, but it's mainly because they have an audience that really want new and interesting characters, to say the least.
Yeah. How are you finding voice acting for your characters?
Oh, that's easy. Half of the characters in Axel and Company are voiced by some of my real life friends that I've known since I was in like elementary school and high school. And then there's just some people that I've befriended on the art community on Instagram that have helped me out tremendously. So yeah, and also many different voice actors from that community as well have chimed in.
Big
Yeah.
question. Who voices Axel? suited to
Me.
you? Yeah. Cool. Do you put on a different voice, or is he like how you sound?
Axel doesn't really have like a fancy, like goofy voice. He just me. Basically, how we're talking right now, you're just talking to Axel.
That's so cool. What about his personality? Do you think his personality is different to yours in certain ways, or are you guys like
I'd like to I'd like to believe so, honestly. Well, he's not really like a self-insert though, but I did kind of base Axel a little bit off me. He's a little more daring and more charismatic and more outgoing and more like social, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, he's very different from me.
You see that sort of thing a lot with indie creators, that those characters are different in the sense that they have maybe traits that we wish we had or wanted to have, or in a just different another way of perceiving ourselves through our created characters, which is fun because what we can
Yeah.
do on screen we can't do off screen, so we can make them do because they're essentially you're in control.
Oh yeah, that's true. And when you're the creator of your own series, you just take a lot of creative liberties and I don't know, differentiate the characters from yourself because, you're kind of like the god in that universe.
Yeah, yeah. Are there any new projects that you're working on currently?
Well, as of now, I'm just looking to expand the worlds of Axel and Company and another series of mine, Shell Shock. But recently I have started working on a brand new animated short film called Jilly and Abstract. I don't want to give too much away just yet, but it's a more experimental project that focuses on live action visuals and expressive character animation in a way that's a little different from my other work. It's been a splendid opportunity to challenge myself creatively and try some new ideas. If everything goes well in my favor, I am aiming for a late 2026 release.
Of Shell Shocked.
Oh, yeah, Shell Shocked about
Shell
that. Shell Shock is my second major animated series that takes a different approach from Axel and Company. It's an adventure series with mystery and fantasy elements thrown in. It follows a bipedal clam named Brian, who one day, while cleaning the beach, finds a mysterious treasure chest, embarks on a journey beyond his wildest dreams. Along the way, he and his best friend Fojo, who's this large green plesiosaur-like creature, explore the ocean, meet some exotic characters, and uncover its many secrets. It's my chance to tell a bigger, more story-driven adventure while still keeping it fun and engaging, like Axel and Company.
So you have Axel and Company, you have Shell Shock, and then that third one that you said, that experimental um
Oh, Jilly and Abstract.
Jilly and Abstract. Okay. What is You don't have to give us any spoilers about that particular, but what I wanted to ask you, is that going to be um series based, or you said a short film, so just like a once off
Yeah, it's like
short
a
film?
one and done type of short film.
Right.
But if it does really well, I might make a follow-up, but who knows?
What does success in this field look like to you? If you could have it all right now and attain your goals within your three awesome sounding projects and yourself and your media company, like what would the ultimate dream be for Wool right now?
Man, that is a really hard-hitting question right there. I guess it really depends on what you define success is, but in my opinion, success is knowing that you made someone's life, a lot like meaningful, with these characters. You created something that became someone's favorite, you know. And doing things like that, it makes me really happy. You know, monetary, that's great, but the outcome of seeing people like talk about your work favorably, I don't know, it just It's a lot, you know, it means a lot.
I hear you completely. I mean, growing up, even still to this day, there's so many cartoons and animations that we all grew up with, still to this day, that we'll randomly like crack a joke about and recite the lines that we remember from our favorite shows, which
Absolutely.
still makes us laugh, right? So
Yeah.
it's an awesome thing. Which character in one of your 3 projects would survive a zombie apocalypse?
I have a lot of characters and, I don't know about those last 2 for the Jilly and Abstract project, but I would say, half the characters from, Shell Shock because they live in the water and, zombies can't swim.
If you had unlimited budget, what would be the first thing that you would change or work on?
Unlimited budget?
Mhm. Let's say money.
Well, with an unlimited budget, sky's pretty much the limit, you know? Honestly, with that money, I could use, I would, make the animation better, you know? Hire, like, celebrities and, you know, special guests and stuff. And overall make a ton of like, you know, merchandise, you know, because people want to buy like Axel dolls like this one.
Yeah, I think we need to see
You know,
Axel at Comic-Con, man.
100%.
Come
Which
on.
reminds me, yeah, which reminds me, I'm going to MetroCon on August 1st.
What
So
is
if people,
METROCON for people that don't know?
oh, MetroCon is the largest anime convention in Florida. It's in Tampa, and I'm gonna be there on August 1st. So if you guys want to meet up with me, go ahead.
That's so cool. Are you gonna give yourself like a booth and a section and everyone can
Oh
check,
no, I'm just
or
gonna
you
be like
just
walking around.
like a
No, I'm just
visitor?
gonna be walking around.
What are you
And
most excited for people to eventually see?
more of my work. I know I have been lacking recently on YouTube, but when Jilly and Abstract comes out, people are just gonna be like, "Wow, that was genuinely worth the wait."
How long is Jilly and Abstract gonna be in terms of like length of the film, of the short film?
Probably about a minute or 2.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm excited to see that. You should all be
Yeah.
excited too. Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's gonna be great.
What do people underestimate about creating indie animation?
I would say, like, the whole, like, process in general, like the animation work, the voice acting work, I guess, like, the script too, like, the script writing and stuff. Because like, this isn't, like, from a big budget studio that has unlimited funds. Like, these are, like, from people that have, like, a budget of, like, $20 and a bag of, half-eaten gummy worms
Yeah.
lying around.
Yeah. And
But
yet that can make something magical. I mean, that,
absolutely.
yeah.
And if people like it enough, they make more money to make more of that. And I think that's how uh Glitch Productions has been doing it for a while now.
How did they do it? How did Glitch become Glitch? Like, so successful.
They actually started off in 2017 um under the name Glitchy Boy.
Mhm.
It was from it was from it was formed from SMG4, which was this YouTube channel that's best known for these Super Mario like Gmod parody videos. Yeah, and they kind of like spun off into its own original thing. The first couple of shows that they had was Sunset Paradise and the incredibly underrated Meta Runner, which if y'all haven't watched it, you should go ahead and watch it. It's great. And then they kind of like spun off into more original shows that weren't like linked to SMG4 like the last two I mentioned.
Mhm. And what was it about that sort of content that grew so popular for them? I mean, they're completely indie as well, right?
I think it's mainly the characters themselves, you know, like the characters are like pretty likable. Um, I mean, some are, this might be controversial for me to say though, but many of the characters like strike a chord with audiences in many different ways, if you could think about it.
Mhm.
And the voice acting, I guess. And honestly, I think it's just the bright colors that people are attracted to, or at least in the Amazing Digital Circus, because any other series like Murder Drones and the Gaslight District, it's all kind of like, I don't want to say like dull in a bad way, but like dull like color wise.
Yeah.
Because like Murder Drones is like black and blue, while like the Gaslight District is like green and like darkish yellow.
So color scheme obviously plays a massively important role when putting a series together and an idea for an animation.
Yeah, it really depends on like the tone you're going for with the animation itself.
Is there anything that you want to say to people that haven't started animation but are thinking about getting into it?
There's actually one thing I want to say, just have fun. Just have fun doing it. It doesn't have to be like complicated. It doesn't have to be like the greatest thing ever made. Um, all you really need is a pencil, um, some like software or whatever, a group of friends, and a good time. That's all.
That's awesome. Where could people jump on and find your stuff other than YouTube?
Yeah, if you want to support my work, check out my social media pages. I'm quite active on Twitter,
Mhm.
Instagram, and YouTube, of course. But I also frequently share my art on DeviantArt. So
Okay.
and also if you want to like check me out outside the traditional social media space, my website is www.wmtmedia.net.
Awesome. We'll definitely link all of those in the description below, so y'all can go and check out Will's work. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, man. It's been so awesome to have you on the
Uh,
Creators Table on
yeah,
Keeper's
and
Corner.
thank you so much for inviting me
Yeah.
in this podcast. I really appreciate it.